Three, two, one. All right, morning.
Morning.
Welcome to episode 12 of BTA Podcast. I am Ali, joined by Sharma, Rajiv,
Happy Halloween.
Colin.
Buenas noches.
All right,
Okay.
really charge that one up too. I know Lachlan is here, but he's busy right now, so he'll be back soon. And yeah, this is the Halloween episode, just because it
You
happened
forgot
to fall on
someone?
Halloween. I did? Who did I forget?
Me?
I said you after Sharma.
You did? Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
I apologize.
Yeah, this is. Oh wait, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to test video on the on the sound test.
Wait, test video?
Yeah, I was supposed to test video because I wanted
I
to
mean,
like turn on the video to show off the
It
costume.
would just be you, so you just put it on.
Well, I wanted to test it, to show off the costume.
I mean, like, you can still do it.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, how y'all
I
do?
mean, we
Who's things first?
could stop over.
No, we already
Nah,
started.
Ali would never. Yeah, Ali's
You
not.
roll it?
I'm a
We're
professional.
just rolling? Okay,
Yeah,
you're rolling.
live TV. So yeah, how y'all
I
doing on
feel
the
like
KMB?
a tree today.
I feel
You
a
know
solid
what?
8.
Today is off good stuff. Man. The first time in a long time.
All right. G, what about you?
3.
Yeah.
Nice.
I look the fella.
But yes, this is the Halloween episode, and in accordance, I am wearing my costume. How do I turn on?
Show us.
Yeah, that's it.
Show us.
And just if I click
You're
myself,
not,
there you go.
but you're not looking at the camera.
You look
Yeah,
like
the
your
camera's over
brother, boy.
Wait, what you just said, Colin?
He look like your brother, boy.
Please ignore
Does
like the
he?
stack of pizza boxes on the ground
Yeah,
Wait,
I've
you
noticed.
still have that there?
and like the giant stack of
seeing it.
boxes behind me.
Just now, Ali gonna have rats.
Oh
I swear.
gosh, man.
Wait, Ali, are those pizza flavored Pringles?
Yes,
Oh my
Hey,
god.
man.
lots of
You
pizza.
couldn't get any other flavor? Like any
I love
other
this flavor.
The flavor not bad.
Food flavored chips should not exist.
Anyways, so yeah,
Excuse me?
that is
The only acceptable chip flavors are original, sour cream and onion, or cheese. That is it.
Barbecue.
Barbecue
Barbecue,
is
you can't forget
disgusting.
barbecue.
pizza is really
Oh,
good.
wow.
Barbecue
Y'all are
chips are
haters.
disgusting.
Lachlan, I find you have a lot of bad opinions. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
And yo,
The
that's how
man
It is
wants
what
to
it
start a
is.
verbal war.
Does anybody else have costumes that they want to show off?
Nope.
I could show off.
No.
Nah. Let me know, really.
I could show off the costume of my Animal Crossing character if I had put my Animal Crossing character in the costume.
Okay.
Interesting.
The Halloween event is
Valid
going
point.
on right now, look, and like I did it before we started.
I know, but I'm doing an exam.
Oh, rest in peace. Wait, why you doing?
Yeah.
No.
Me have an exam and still ready to
Yeah,
talk
why are you
and still
doing an
ready.
exam right now?
The exam is due on Monday, so I'm just taking like an hour break.
Oh, nice. Okay.
insane.
Right.
Wow, I think
That's
me and
good.
Lachlan did the same exam.
Colin, what child crying in the background? Bro?
Whoopsie.
Wait, just now, unmute. Release struggle tweet first. This episode brought to you by the following struggle tweet. Colin, please go ahead.
We are not a moon.
Thank you very much.
Oh boy.
Reminder
May I
that you
add
can-
may I add a little something to that though?
What the hell do you mean add or something?
What?
I was gonna tell you why we are not the moon and why is it
Nah.
so coincidental.
No.
Nah.
No.
I
We
feel like
didn't-
I
we
want
don't
to
need
know
to
why
know.
we're not moved.
We have enough information. We don't
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Alright,
do.
alright.
Wait, do we have enough files
Yes, we
on
do.
Colin in regards to that? I know like we went through a lot yesterday.
No, you have enough files. Don't worry. You have all the information at your disposal.
Nice.
Yeah, we probably do.
Anyway, reminder you can
Also,
follow
I'm
us.
currently at 4 on the KMB, just saying.
Oh, right,
nice.
yes. Thank you, Lachlan.
Alright.
Very excellent. But yeah, you can follow us on Twitter at BTA Struggle TWTS for more occasional Struggle Tweet content whenever I feel like it. Not very
Quality
often.
content.
When you get it, you get it. That's all.
And when you get it, it's good.
So many
Well-
times.
Most of the time.
Occasional frequency and occasional quality.
Yeah.
Between
That's
quality
how we
and
do it.
quantity, we chose neither. Honestly.
Wait, how many people are actually following us right now?
Like
Not many.
15.
I think it's like 18. Oh no, is that?
18?
It's 18,
me
yeah.
check.
There's
From
so
our
much
side.
people following me.
Yeah. 18.
We
Wait,
get
who
more
are
like
these
regular views on
people?
the podcast than we have Twitter followers.
Hello, strangers.
Yeah. Like the one
We have
episode with
fans,
Drew
y'all.
just went crazy.
Right.
It was a
Really?
good time.
Let me go see the video.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull up the analytics on camera, but like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go check.
Let me
Oy.
just check from my phone. Oh no, it was the one before that. The one before the Drew episode.
Oh.
Kale just
That was-
joined
Which one
the
that
wrong
was?
voice chat. Welcome, Kale.
Which one that was when I told the story?
Yes, yes, it is Colin.
Okay, I see.
Hi guys.
Kale, do you want to turn on the camera?
Hello.
I already did mine.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
hold on.
because I know you're in costume. Nice.
Yeah, boy. Old Town Road.
Wait, why does this have 46 views?
Exactly, that's what I want.
People like to watch it.
People love crime.
It did. It did as good as the one with Chadwick Boseman.
I love
think.
crime.
I also love crime.
Look at this.
Shout out to
Giving them
crime.
like-
We are international criminals.
Yeah, okay.
We
true.
are not just me. I like that. Once it's like a collective effort.
Okay,
I
movie
do
time,
not
guys.
like
Bye bye.
movies.
Okay, bye,
Bye.
Kale.
Have a good podcast.
You too.
Bye, KL. Enjoy your life.
Bye.
I think this podcast is a mess.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
When is
No,
it
no.
not?
You're
This one has
doing very
been.
well so far, I think.
Oh,
This is a rousing success.
nice.
Anyways.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. So, guess you're ready to get into the first segment. And yeah. I just like realized the other day that I just never told the story on the podcast, and I probably should. But
Mhm.
Lachlan, I can hear you like scraping up your food.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'll
Hungry,
just
bro.
mute myself for it.
I'm very hungry. But yeah, to give like contextual information. Back in secondary school, about halfway through, they passed a new rule saying you couldn't have a phone with a camera in school. I'm not gonna get into the technicalities of why that was, but that was the rule. We had to follow it. They highly suggested we replace our phones with like the cheap brick ones that just like call and receive calls and that's it. But like I was too lazy to just buy a completely new phone for that because I am lazy. And I didn't want to replace my phone. So I just kept using my same like smartphone. And in addition to being lazy, I also had a very short attention span. So in class, I would just use my phone on the desk instead of like actually doing work. I'm sure many people listening to this can probably relate to that sentiment.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
Yeah. The problem with that was I was not very sneaky and I got caught literally all the time.
I never got caught.
I was getting caught on like a weekly basis. And I think I set the school record for having my phone seized in one semester.
They should have given you a trophy for graduation or something.
Yeah. It was like a dozen times or more or something. And there were a couple instances of this happening where it was like, you know, especially, you know, kind of, you know, it stood out a little bit more. One time was when it was the biology class and the teacher was doing some stuff with the projector so the lights were off. And me, Dylan, and another friend, all three of us were sitting in the back of the class. The video on the projector going crazy. None of us paying attention, we all on our phones. And the teacher, she like sees me specifically. I'm in the corner, like back and to the left, that corner of the classroom. Dylan is next to me, and our other friend is sitting in the row, right? Teacher can apparently see my phone because the screen is so bright, even though I had the phone on the lowest brightness. And she walks from the front from where she was all the way to the back, walks around Dylan and our other friend using their phones, specifically comes to me, takes mine, walks back past them because they didn't even notice she got there until she took my phone. And they were still using their phones.
Wow.
And she walked all the way to the front.
Dylan, and the other friend had serious tunnel vision.
Yeah. I didn't notice until she was like right next to me. They didn't notice because they were on their phones.
Damn.
And like I was just
So only
amazed,
you
man.
get catch or?
Yeah, only I got caught. The other two fine.
Wow, that's doubtful.
They said to each their own.
She
That
literally
was
walked past them using their
unintentional
phones to get mine.
That was intentional tactic.
The other time,
Sharp my what?
the other standout time was when okay, the phone getting seized itself wasn't the standout moment. It was what happened after. So my phone got seized, and I had a habit of not caring when it got seized, so I'd just like leave it with them for like a week at a time, and they would just like get fed up of holding it, so they give it back to me. So we was in one of those sessions, right, where they just have the phone, and I don't care about getting it back. And I came late to school because I was late a lot. Phone got seized like the day before. And as soon as I get to class, I just came in late, class is in session. Everybody like stops everything, including the teacher. Prefect comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, I need to search your bag." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So he starts searching my bag. And he's also like, "I need you to pull out whatever you have in your pockets too." So pull out all the stuff I have in my pockets, right? I specifically have Pop-Tarts in my hoodie pouch. The front hoodie pouch with your hands. I had a bag of Pop-Tarts there. I take that and put it on the table. Then he's going through my bag and he pulls out a Beyblade because I used to carry around a Beyblade. Don't ask why.
Were you a 12-year-old?
I like playing with it.
Hey, you never
People
truly
love-
safe if you walk out your house without a Beyblade, fellas.
You know that
Never
like
know. Right.
y'all know that like blue twine?
Yeah.
The market thing.
Yes, I had a roll of that in my bag. He pulled that out.
Really?
And all that is just sitting on the desk. And I'm like, "What are you looking for?" And then the prefect is like, "I am looking for your phone." And I had to tell him.
Collie.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. So he wasted the precious time. Which was
Yeah, I had to tell him, I was like, my phone got seized the day before.
Unnecessary shit.
The dean literally has my phone right now, bro. It already got seized.
Why even tell him to search for your phone?
I think it was the dean who was like, "Yeah,
They probably want to see if you have a next phone.
search for camera phones."
Oh, that was a good laugh. Oh no, sweat. Oh boy.
So yeah, that was my experience with cell phones.
Did the ministry ever go back on that rule?
I don't even think it was the ministry; it was the superintendent.
I think it was just a school.
No, it was the ministry.
You sure?
Yeah, all state schools also have to comply with it.
Wow, that's crazy. I also thought it was the superintendent making the principal do it.
No, it was the state. It was the ministry that mandated it.
That's crazy.
I don't know why, but yeah, they were the one that caused that.
I see.
So yeah, I'll probably tell next
Was
time I
that
tell a
like-
school story. It'll either be the
Whenever
story
that
of Ox
circled back
or the story of
on-
Retort Stands.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was that. Very fun time. Does anybody else have cell phone stories?
Our nephew.
All
Well, I have
Nice.
one.
right, Collie, go ahead.
Wait, you sure you want to tell yours,
Uh,
Collie? Because I think I know yours. You sure?
Okay, maybe not. Go ahead, Sharma.
What?
No, I want to hear it.
Collie, if you
Actually,
okay with
whatever.
like putting yourself up like that, yeah, you go ahead, but
legit 18 plus. It's legit 18 plus enough.
Uh,
Oh, God. I mean, I don't have any younger viewers.
Alright, anyway.
Exactly.
don't have younger
Anyways.
viewers.
So
If okay,
I feel like
sorry.
we should not call
Yeah,
go on
I
the
don't
bus
I don't
like
think
this.
it'd be a good idea for Collie to tell us.
Yeah.
Because I think I know what you're thinking
Yeah.
about.
I think my only phone story was I guess it's two, but the only time I got caught was we had to go to a field trip. The geography class had to go to a field trip to some seminars had in Hyatt, and I carried my phone and my friend had her phone as well. But she was the kind of girl like she could
Wait, wait,
not.
wait, 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 wait. What year was this? Hold on. What year
This
was
was
this?
from five
I went on a field trip to the Hyatt Form 5 too.
to the okay, but was it to the same? It was
Was there a drone at the
something
end?
to do. No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
The
Okay.
the
Different
seminar I
trips
went
then.
to was about what I remember vividly. It was like a lot of different booths, but one specific booth I remember for some reason was this AC coolant company, and they were using environmentally friendly coolants in their um
So
AC
water?
units. No, not water. You can't use water. Water wouldn't. Anyways.
Oh god.
So anyways, we went to the thing, right? And my friend, she really liked taking selfies and stuff. I wasn't that kind of person, but she was that kind of person, and she's a friend, so it's fine. So we went in the washroom, and she wanted to take a selfie in the washroom mirror of the Hyatt, and I was there with her, and some girl walked in, saw her taking the picture, and walked back out. And we was like, okay, she didn't say anything, so we're fine. And all of a sudden, the teacher walks into the washroom, takes her
Oh,
phone, and then asks me if I have mine. And I didn't want my friend to go down alone because I had mine as well. So I took out my phone from my pocket and I gave it to her. But she didn't tell the principal. We were really worried that she was going to tell the principal. But when we went back out of the washroom, she pulled us in a corner and she was like, "Meet me after school and you'll get it back." And we were just really bummed for like the rest of the day because we got caught. Yeah,
Nice.
that's the story.
They call her Sharma Shmurda. Oh god, this bottle was leaking. Fuck.
Good job, Lachlan.
Yeah.
It's on fabric too. That's not good.
Do you have any phone stories? Do your phone ever get seized?
No, I just carried my Me Too to school. I left the camera phone home.
Yeah.
Rajiv
I
was
should
a
have
good
I should have
boy.
done like you. You
Rules.
smart. I wasn't smart.
We know.
Anyways. Lachlan, you still seen about the leak? Good to like tell your story now. You still seen about the leak, or you good to tell your story now?
Oh, you're talking to me? Sorry, I was cleaning something.
Oh my god.
No, sorry. I have to clean up the mess I just made.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just talk about the UE stuff then.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't have any phone stories because when we hit sixth form, they stopped caring if we had our phones. Like, there were several occurrences where I would have a phone out or a friend of mine would have a phone out and the principal would just, like, walk into the room and, like, see us there. I would just, like, stare and you wouldn't realize he was there staring at you at first. And then, like, everyone kind of realized and, like, stopped for a bit. And then he would just, like, look at everyone on their phones and then just walk away. Yeah. The only time I ever almost got in trouble for it was I had a friend of mine was holding my phone and he called her to the office because he was like mad about it. But like he just let her off with a warning. And it wasn't the fact that she was on her phone or like on a phone because obviously like they didn't care. He was just upset that we were doing it like in view.
Right.
Yeah, because it was I think his idea was basically like once we were in sixth form, he trusts us enough to just like do whatever we want. It's just the fact that he doesn't want the younger kids seeing that and thinking that they have the right to do whatever they want because they're still young and stupid.
That kind of makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, but
Nice. So yeah, I guess
the
you
chair
can...
that's nice.
Was that?
The chair I spilled stuff on is clean. Now we can continue.
Okay. You want to tell your story then before we move into the UE stuff?
Oh, that story?
The one you
Yeah,
said you
Lachlan,
were
go
going to
ahead.
tell.
Have the floor.
Okay, so
I still don't know what it's about, for the record.
no, it's fun. It's this
You
is
just
something
said they
that
had a
happened
story.
last week. Well, like roughly last week into like Sunday. Anyway, so like last week, basically the entire semester has been very rough as one would expect, and I was having a lot of trouble keeping up with like the workload and stuff. So I had like it basically came to the point where I had like an episode of sorts last week where I was just like, all right, I can't like deal with like all this anymore and whatnot. Stupid mosquito. Anyway, so I talked to Sharma. I was talking to Sharma on a call one night, and I was like, "Yo, I'm really stressed. I'm like having a hard time like keeping up with everything and whatnot." And then basically she was like, "Okay, I think you should like drop one of your courses and whatnot," because I was thinking of it, but I didn't really want to do it. And she taught me into it because she's a supportive friend who I appreciate a lot, you know. But anyway, so I was talking. So yeah, Sharma told me to drop one of my courses. I was like, okay, cool. And then I talked to like some other friends, and I talked to my dad, and they were like, yeah, go ahead and do it. So I did it, right? I did it like the next day, and then afterwards, I would realize, wait a minute, I should probably tell Sharma because I don't know if like she's gonna be like wondering what I decided to do or like worried or whatever. So I go to tell Sharma that I dropped a course, but I decide instead of just like straight up telling her I'm going to make a joke about it. So what I did was I messaged Sharma and I told her I am dropping out of university because now in my head this would have gone one of two ways. One, she would have heard that, been like, "Are you serious?" And then I would have been and been like really suspicious of it to the point where I'd be like, "Yeah, of course I'm not serious." Or she would have said, or she would just like know that I was joking immediately, and then just like called me out for like what had actually happened. That's what I expected, right? So I look at Sharma and I tell Sharma, "Hi, I dropped out of university." And she's like, seriously? I was like, yeah. And then she just says, okay, and does not ask any more questions. So in my head, what I'm thinking is, oh, she probably realizes I'm joking and just doesn't want to give me the time of day because Sharma does not like me, I guess.
Wait, what?
No, in terms of the fact that like I feel like we've come to the point where I'll make a bunch of jokes to Sharma and she'll just like straight up ignore me when I'm like doing that. And then then I figured she was just ignoring that and making a joke. I figured, yeah. Why are you laughing? Anyway,
Why are you laughing?
Okay, we'll talk after. Continue.
but yeah, so I figured she just realized I was making a joke and like I didn't say anything about it. In my head, I was just like, does she realize I'm joking? But then I was just like, yeah, she probably realizes. Like, there's no reason she would think I actually just dropped out of university because I got a little too stressed. So I went forward with that assumption. And then I think it was on Sunday, we were on a call again. I think someone else was there, but like they were muted, like off doing something else. So it was just like me talking to Sharma. And then I was looking at my schedule for the week because I did not drop out of school, despite what I told Sharma. And I was looking through my schedule, and I was just like, damn, I have so many assignments and stuff due this week. And then Sharma was just like, wait, how come you have assignments when you dropped out of university? So I was like, yeah, I didn't actually drop out of university. And she was shocked and surprised and I guess betrayed because I didn't actually drop out of university and I told her I did. Yeah. I thought it was obvious that I didn't, apparently.
No, let me say why it wasn't obvious, right? And it was because when he said that he drops out, I was like, okay, I'm proud of you for making that decision because it's a tough decision to make, right? And then he was like, yeah, thanks. And then, so I asked him what he gonna do now, and then he was like, I need to think about my future. And I was like, well, take a week and watch a lot of manga and stuff. And he was like, yeah, he's doing that. And yeah, so like, he said he had to think about his future, and he said that he had a lot of free time now. And I was like, that's nice. I'm really happy for Lachlan. And then,
No, because
and then
in my head, right, I thought you knew I was joking or that you would have figured it out. So in
no,
my head, I was just like, let me just take this joke farther and see how long like we can keep this up for. And it just didn't end. To the point where in my head, I was just like, maybe she doesn't actually think that I'm joking. But I didn't, for whatever reason, I never verbalized that. So I was just like, yeah, she probably knows.
Sharma, I have to say, you sound insanely gullible right now.
Thank
no,
you.
because if I could honestly, I will send screenshots or something later, because I think almost anybody, because he was having a hard time, and I was like, okay, maybe he actually did, and he needed a break, and whatever. And I was all supportive, and I was like, good job for making this decision. And then he just was very normal about it. So why would I think
Okay.
otherwise?
Okay, hold on,
Why
right?
would I think otherwise?
Okay, hold on. Jonathan, if I came to you and I told you I got really stressed and now I'm dropping out of university, what would you do? What would your reaction be?
I'd say, yeah, me too, bro.
Thank you.
We out.
I'm fed up with y'all. Fed up with y'all. And then
Anyone else
when he
would realize it was
messaged and he said, I have dropped out of university, I was like, do you mean you dropped the course or you mean you dropped
You
out
did
of
not
university?
clarify.
And
You just
then
said
he was like, university. So if I get the
you did not
confirmation
offer
twice,
clarification.
oh my god.
Hold on, I'm looking for the receipt.
Yeah, I did ask that question.
I
I
do
did.
not remember that.
Wow, Lachlan.
No, you did not ask about the course, because if you asked about the course, I would have told you.
No. I gonna find it because you're lying right now.
I feel like you're lying
Somebody please settle it
right
right
now.
I'm gonna find that right now.
The point is,
The point is,
yeah, so the conversation went, I have dropped out of university. You have? Yes. I'm proud of you for making that decision. That's it.
Oh, you
What
have.
happened?
Okay, alright, never mind.
That's the record show.
yeah, sure, man. You move kind of dummy.
Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
Any
What?
like final words you want to say, Sharma?
Oh, also, Lachlan, why
Yes.
you think I don't like you?
It was just, I didn't know how to like explain what I meant properly, so that's the words that came out.
That
Like
was
she
the
doesn't
oddest
tolerate your
thing.
jokes.
I didn't,
Yeah, like-
because I don't act like that with everybody.
Yeah, I know. So when that happened, I was just like, oh, Sharma's just like, she realizes I'm joking and she's just not paying attention to it.
So why would you interpret that as like, Sharma doesn't like me?
It's not. I mean, do you?
Yeah, what kind of? Oh my god! I am not entertaining this. Let me move on
Sharma, why do you hate Lachlan?
Damn, Sharma.
because he has dumb moments like this.
You don't
Anyway,
hear
Okay, I
people
thought there was
get
one
dumb
on this
quick, Sharma.
So,
What?
Lachlan, I'm posting something in the hellscape. And
Oh, boy.
this is what I think you sound like right now. I'm not going to open it on podcast because it's kind of an SFW.
Huh.
But yeah, that is what you sound like right now.
In the hellscape?
Yes.
what do you guys think? Yeah. Gosh. Anyway.
Why
Exactly
would you
what that
factor
sounds
like
like
that?
Anyways.
Dating big Lachlan.
Yeah, so we're about halfway through. So everybody, go ahead, this drinks break. Please take a drink of water. Whatever liquid you have nearby.
I don't know if I can consume water after that drink. I mean, after that conversation. Woo! My garage.
Well, you have to be like a studio audience.
Ooh. Oh, he's muted.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll just wait for Collie. In the meantime, what did everybody do today? I made breakfast, played Animal Crossing, and then I came here. What y'all?
I woke up, I started doing my assignment.
You woke up early, Sharma?
I woke up. I did that.
I
I did
Wow.
do
really
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Such a productive thing that I did.
One
I
does not
started my
simply walk.
assignment. I did some work. I watched some
Shoot.
TV. I did some more work. And now I'm here.
Nice.
Nothing.
Anybody else
I
before we
also
move on?
I started working on an assignment. I've been doing the same question for 2 hours, and I have 6 questions, and I have made no headway with the first question.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Wow. I'm
I
literally doing
know,
an
I know,
assignment
like
as we
the
speak.
master from your algebra hit me up.
Uh,
Jeeve?
Steve?
yeah, I'm doing an assignment right now.
Nice. Colin,
This
what
is
did you
the
do today?
weekend.
Yeah, nothing much. I went to do some grocery shopping. I went and played TFT because I didn't feel like playing League today in the internet cafe. Uh, the win streak is 2-1. I mean 1-2.
That's not a win streak. That is a losing
I mean,
streak.
You're
I
right,
mean the
though.
tally. Yeah, the tally was 1-2.
The record, yeah.
Uh,
Alright. That's fine. Alright. So,
Y'all got your flu vaccines yet?
no. I didn't
There is
know.
no such thing
If
at
you're
this point in
willing to
time.
deliver one to my house, Sharma.
There are people that do that, Rajiv. I'll look into it for you.
You need like a drive-through pharmacy. Not super farm. Specifically not super farm.
A drive-through
Um,
pharmacy.
they'll go out with the whole house with
If we had the land,
Speaking of land.
we would do that. We
Oh
don't have no
boy.
land. America has land. We do not have any land.
Kubarel land, dog. What are you talking about? Well, they don't want to sound my
Mm.
vision. That's all.
Uh-huh.
Anyways.
How can I understand your vision when you need glasses?
Okay, alright, Lachlan. Alright. I see how it is. Just put back
Yeah.
on my fake
This is
glasses.
a glasses slander.
Yeah, that's how we're moving.
Anyways.
Mhm.
So yeah. Let's just move on then. Because some of the biggest, well, it wasn't necessarily big news, but it was certainly controversial. And that was this whole thing about there being cheating among the first year students in uni. And I guess, I don't want to get too specific with it. I just want to prefer to talk about the big terms to avoid just ragging on lone individuals. But what happened was, just to recap everything that went on, was that somebody anonymously emailed a professor saying that how she's in some group chats and she sees people cheating during tests, which is against the rules. So, what do you all think about cheating in school? Right, let's just throw out the hypothetical. Let's say you were that person and you see people cheating in school. What would your response be?
I would honestly just kind of I mean, if they're sharing answers, I'm being shared. I can't help what I have seen during the course of the exam. So if it just so happens that I check my phone and I see answers, what am I gonna do?
And also, I was having the same conversation with Puff, right? Because even if whoever it was, email and stuff, they would have seen the answers. They would have seen the questions beforehand. If it was like a synchronous exam or whatever, and even if you probably don't pay attention to those answers, you would have seen it, and it would have influenced your thinking in some type of way, whether whether you meant for that to happen or not, right? And it's not like you can't not see it, but it's already there. And you, unless like the answers that you see in the group chat are wrong, and you know it's wrong and you wouldn't use the answer at all, a normal person would still use the answers because they're there, right? So I think I feel like the person would have used the answers, but then would have been like, I feel like too much people cheating on this exam at the same time and something gonna happen. So best I fess up first so that nothing would happen to me because I would be the one reporting it.
Hmm.
You know?
Oh no.
I mean, I feel like at university level, they honestly just don't care.
They really don't
Nah,
care.
they wouldn't care.
They
I know
don't.
Lachlan, but like
And
we saw a bunch
They
of
don't
students
think too
suspended
serious.
like up here for that. So at least here cares,
Mhm.
like
They
what
don't.
cares. No, that for
Yeah,
sure.
they don't
I
take
feel
it
like
as serious as they would in.
I feel like in Waterloo they say
And
they
they
care,
should.
but like I feel like
They
there's like
really
this
should.
to how it is in Canada because I feel like we did get like some notices for some of our courses about cheating. I can't remember which ones, but I think once you make, we have different sets of rules for different courses. To be fair, wait, this was an exam though, wasn't it?
Yes.
yeah, it was an exam. However, it was
Oh,
an open book exam.
Yeah, that's the worst
yeah.
part. It was like an open book.
Yeah, it's an open book exam. But what the
So
instructions that they give for open book exams are that you can consult all your material that you have, but you
Just
cannot
can't
consult other
collaborate. Yeah.
students. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's how it is for us too. But like, I'm not saying I endorse cheating or anything, but like, I mean, I'm just saying if I was in that situation, which I can't say I ever have been, because mainly because students who are in math are way too honest and don't want to share answers, which sucks because I'm dying here right now. But
Shout out Lachlan's classmates. Honest, upstanding people.
we're not doing shit. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of weird to me that someone would go out of their way to email the professor about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's on one hand, it kind of feels like a black and white issue, like I'm just taking like the wrong side. But at the same time, it's just like, why would you do that? I feel like you don't necessarily have to partake in like the
Yeah.
solution sharing and stuff. It's not like it's not your business. I don't know, man. It's a weird thing because I think it kind of deals with the fact that with this new like online environment, there aren't proper methods that they can use to mitigate against that.
Mhm.
And it's like if this happened already, then like even if they like take it back and give a new exam, there's no way they can stop it from happening again.
Right.
So it's like I feel like telling someone about it isn't really going to change the fact that it's going to happen. I highly doubt there's going to be like repercussions to like the students who went through this aside from just having to retake the exam. And you know that they don't. You're not going to like change their methods. There's not going to like miraculously be like a new way. Like, oh, we've come up with this method of doing things, so you can't cheat. And even if they do, it's not going to be foolproof. There's no way they can stop people from cheating because, it's an online exam. There's no way you can really like come out and be like, oh, we're going to come to your house and watch as you do your exam to make sure you don't cheat. It's really just there. There's nothing you can really do about it. So going to the extent to telling the professors and whatnot about it really just kind of makes everyone else's life harder when I'm pretty sure everyone involved in the exam has already resigned to the fact that this is probably going to happen. They can't do anything about it. They just have to deal with what happens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also think that like it's not a secret that like the majority of students cheat, right? Especially university students. I understand like high school students, probably because everything is, in school most of the time or whatever, and he doesn't really get to cheat, right? But for assignments and tutorials and stuff like that, people cheat all the time, right? And but it's also like
Simon.
if you are somebody that doesn't want to cheat, right? And you kinda have no choice but to, unless you're super smart and you're on top of your work, right? But what was I gonna say? Hold on. Oh, I lost my thought.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So if everybody cheating, right? That would sort of everybody else in class would do good. But if you're an individual that didn't cheat and you're a normal person, but you just want to be honest and not cheat, your work, your standard of work will go way down compared to everybody else. So you can't exactly fight the system. You kind of just have to like move with it because
adapt.
everybody else was like they're on this higher level, but in fact they're really not because they're just cheating.
You're basically you're saying if everyone else is doing it, I should do it too.
Kind of, but it's not that black or white.
Here's the thing, right?
Yeah, I know. I feel like there's a term for like the fallacy you're talking about. I can't remember what it is, but like the basic idea is just like if everyone else is doing wrong and they're getting ahead by doing wrong, then clearly I need
Yeah.
to do wrong as well.
realistic
Which
ignorance
to
or
be fair,
something like that.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah,
pressure.
Is my
yeah, but like I feel like
it's like yeah, you good, you good.
no, it's like I get where you're coming from. It's just it's a bit weird to like use that as a reason to do the wrong thing, I guess.
I
Like
feel like
it's
I've
born out
had more thoughts about it, but I can't think of it right now.
Mhm.
like you see, cheating is something that's like born out of desperation, right? And you'll see like
Yeah.
students enter that situation when they are like competitive. And there's
Mhm.
no real competition unless they're grading on a curve.
Mm-hmm.
So if the
That's true.
course isn't on a curve, you don't get anything like specifically out of cheating or not cheating or whatever, unless you
Mhm.
like specifically competing for honor rolls whatsoever. And
Mhm.
like if you have that like specific mindset that yeah, I'm going to be competitive, it just doesn't make sense to me because there's not a limited number of degrees. And
Yeah.
you know, honor roll is nice, but it's not everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
at least
then
to
I'm
there's
stand
like
out.
I saw some people on Twitter also make the argument that, especially for this semester, that a lot of people have it tough and they're really doing way too much with the amounts of assignments and
That's also true.
exams
That's like another
and
source
yeah,
of
also
where like
exactly.
yeah,
desperation can come from. It's like if you just
yeah,
need
yeah,
to get by.
exactly. So like no one has the time to actually study and do their stuff on their own. So everybody's like, you know what, let's just help each other because we're all in the same boat of suffering. So it'll just be easier if we work together. And although that's not really a good thing because don't want to say it's like the university fault, but I mean, kind of like because you're doing too much this time. But at the same time, like students don't really have that much of a choice, you know?
Yeah.
I think what I get from that is that I feel like people are always just like, oh, you need to like conform to the system because the system's always right. And in this case, the system, of course, be like the schools themselves that are telling you not to cheat and stuff. But
Mm.
especially in such a new situation like that, you can't just tell people, oh, just go along with the plan. It's always right because this is a new plan. It's not perfect. The original plan wasn't even perfect. University in itself is a flawed system. But especially
Yeah.
now with them like taking advantage of students like this, there is no denying that I haven't heard of a single school that's like handling this pandemic well or like handling online learning well.
Same.
And it's basically like the environment created from what I've gathered from everyone I talk to from whatever school they go to is that it's that they're doing more work while supposedly having less time to work on account of the fact that many of them are home dealing with like home situations, dealing with, living in the pandemic and whatnot and extra things from that. And then the university response is just to apply more pressure and apply more work. Hence why I had the aforementioned meltdown earlier, because I was having trouble dealing with like that whole like course load of like 5 courses, which is why I had to drop down something. Because even now that I'm only doing 4 courses, the workload still feels more than it was when I was on campus doing 5 courses,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So in a situation like that, you can't just tell people, oh, like just go along with like the system works, because what if the system's not working? The system doesn't
The
always
system
work.
never works.
Yeah, the system never works. I feel like that is also kind of just a broader take on like societies in general and like why like protests and stuff exist. But like just strictly in this situation, it's like I get that like you want to be honest, and I get that you think doing the right thing is as simple as like, oh, they're cheating, like we can tell them and then things are going to be better. But it's never a black and white issue, and especially now when so many people are suffering from the same kind of issue of just being overworked and feeling overworked. This was just kind of their way of dealing with it. And as much as, especially as a university student myself, I feel like I shouldn't be out here saying, yeah, go ahead and cheat on your exam, because I don't necessarily, I feel like I shouldn't agree with that. And to an extent, I don't. But at the same time, it's like, I understand why it happened.
Yeah.
To the point where I feel like if I saw it happening, I wouldn't necessarily be a whistleblower in that way. And especially not like that one girl who was like, yeah, I would make a PDF file and like collect all of these documents and like whatever,
Right. Yeah.
and like because this was doing the most for no good reason.
It's
Like
not that like any of us endorse cheating or anything. It's just that we
Yeah.
understand why it would happen
Yeah.
and why like
Yeah.
there was no reason to um I mean, okay, I guess there was some reason because it's wrong that you should like, let
Yeah.
whoever is in charge know that there's cheating happening. But like,
But at the same time, I feel like right and wrong isn't like that cut and dry,
yeah,
especially
exactly.
in such an extraneous circumstance like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also say, like, if you find yourself in that situation, right? Like, you see people cheating, you're like, wow, that's wrong, and your moral compass really doesn't agree with it. It's not just about like doing the right thing, because if you doing the right thing just hurts other people, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, you aren't necessarily being hurt that much unless the exam is actually improved. Then that'll affect you. But a lot of lecturers I know just don't grade on a curve because they understand that people are negatively affected when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, what do you actually get out of doing that when you
Mhm. You just feel like you've
rat
been
somebody
the best
down?
person in the
That's the
end.
thing. You don't
Because
accomplish anything like
there's nothing that
by
you
that
actually gain
personality. Yeah.
unless you like that into that own
You would just feel
self-righteous
some sort
sense
of
of superior
like a sick
moriarity.
a sick satisfaction that your
Superior
peers
moriarity, I mean.
would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
getting, reprimand. What's the word?
Reprimanded.
Reprimanded. Yeah.
Everyone.
Words are hard.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. It's also the fact that I feel like it's very clear that the person who did this did not like do any like converse about the other people with the other people about the fact that this is wrong. So people like find out they were doing it. They literally just saw, oh, people are cheating. I think cheating is wrong, so I'm immediately gonna like sell them out to like the authority. And that's not, like I said, everything's not black and white. So I feel like properly. It's just talk to them, I guess. Maybe you'll realize that even though you're getting through, other people are not getting through. And if you engage with the people as to why they're cheating, you might realize, hey, there's more to this than just, oh, it's cheating and cheating is bad. Because I'm sure all those people know that cheating is bad. And I'm sure they would not be cheating if they did not have to.
hmm And yeah, not everyone on the same playing field either to get through their stuff like as easily as others. Does that make any sense?
Right.
So,
I would say if you like find yourself in that situation and you really don't like it, it's so easy to just go your way and not bother with it
yeah,
anymore.
just like you didn't say anything.
If you need to collaborate, then there's no problem with making some friends and talking to
Yeah.
them. Maybe find some like-minded people.
Honestly, university is a team sport in the end of the day.
No man is an island.
That
Yeah.
is true. And there's not a finite amount of degrees that they give out.
Yeah.
Too much people have
Exactly.
that mentality.
Once everybody meets the qualifications, everybody will get the degree. It's that simple.
Yep. Just have
True,
to cut out.
true.
Like you don't need to like burn every single bridge that was built along the way just to get like where you want to get. Like just walk on the bridge with other people and then you'll get where you need to get.
Yeah.
Teamwork. But not cheating, I guess, in some way.
Rajiv, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, you all have said quite a lot of very salient points. I think looking at it from a purely selfish viewpoint, like the personal ramifications of reporting compared to not reporting are probably worse. Because one,
hmm
the university will clamp down stricter. You're gonna have more regulations, stuff to do, yada yada, and that's not fun. Second, you can cause deterioration with your classmates, and I mean like that's not good. You don't know when you'll need someone else later on.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, so it's better to not cheat, but like it's a complicated situation. Is it ethical? Well, not really, but like, eh, in the grand scheme of things, it's inconsequential. Just let it be.
Yeah. And like, do you know how they like stop, cheating for like higher level courses and like upper years and stuff? They like make you do exams with the webcam on. And I'm pretty sure not many people would enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like
That would
really tough.
suck so much.
That
I
would
would
be
hate to do
really
that.
shitty. Yeah.
I've heard of people having to do that, and it's like, please do not make
Yeah.
that the new standard.
The online proctoring stuff is very unpleasant.
It's also invasive because you have to screen share
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah,
Screen share
that
webcam.
is really invasive. And it's
Yeah.
also like
I
your personal surroundings as well that like
Yeah.
people would have to witness. And not everyone has good surroundings to
Yeah, I don't like the
and you
be
idea
can
that
okay
also
with
get around it.
sharing, you
I don't
know?
want them seeing my
You
pizza
can also
boxes.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could also get around it by just like taping something above your laptop or having a second screen right above you with a second mouse. So at the end of the day, it's like not particularly good
That's
anyway.
not perfect either. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the system is designed for failure, and we just have to
Do the
live
best you
with it.
can.
Yeah.
However you can survive, you should.
Colin, what about you? You have anything to add?
I'm too tired to think about to make a statement right now.
We keep
That's
them up
fine.
late, fellas.
But one thing I could say is that just don't cheat, because if you end up cheating, somebody gonna find out. You're gonna make enemies, and then enemies and making enemies will eventually lead to murder.
What?
So don't
Huh?
cheat.
Collie?
Collie, were you paying attention?
I'm just saying is that people will take these things to a whole nother.
What people?
No, it's not that Collie. It's not that like cheating would like
We're not talking about
make people
relationships.
hate you. It's
Yeah, we're
not.
not talking about
Yeah.
relationships,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
Let
I
me,
Collie.
went
let
too
me
far.
move on.
Collie drove off from the entire conversation.
Yeah, cheating in
I was
relationships is always
sleeping
wrong. Don't do
halfway
it.
through it.
Oh,
Wait,
no,
what happens
bro.
if you find in the other type of cheating? You see a friend cheating. What do you do?
On
Nah, that's a
relationship
whole
or-
other debate for another day. No, we're not doing that. Yeah.
No, wait. I kind of want to answer this, but not. Maybe
Yeah, we'll
another
save it
day.
for another day.
We'll save it for next
The
time.
adultery episode.
It does.
We'll send off by saying the late great Eddie Guerrero is famous for saying "Viva la raza." I lie, I cheat, I steal. If you're not lying, cheating, or stealing, you don't want it bad enough.
Damn.
Hmm,
That is fun.
interesting.
But he also played a villain on TV. I don't think he was like actually, a scumbag in real life. He's a great guy. Rest in peace, Eddie.
Okay.
Anyways, we
Um,
have 10 minutes left and one more topic to talk about. Actually, Rajiv, do
Scary
you have a
stories.
word for the day?
Do we have a word of the day?
I could get one.
Okay, we'll save it for the end. And I wanted to get Dylan on there because he has like actual sleep paralysis stories he could have told.
Damn.
Fuck. Where is? I feel like Dylan was here before.
No, he was not. He was online, but
He
then he
wasn't?
logged off. So,
Oh.
what do you actually have any scary stories?
I could. Oh, there's something that I was thinking that I just thought of. Basically, this isn't something that I experienced, and I'm still not completely sure it was not like absolute bullshit. But basically, when I was back in like 2016, I was in Poland for reasons,
You were
and
what?
other people.
You're what?
I was in Poland.
Oh,
Wait, what? I
he
still
was
didn't
in
hear that.
Poland.
Okay, right.
Yeah, that was a fun time. But yeah, I was in Poland with a bunch of other people, Asians, and it was me and like 9 other guys, and we were all like sleeping on the floor in our sleeping bags because we were not provided with beds.
Huh.
The nuns didn't provide us with beds. Also, we were in a convent. It was a really big convent, and
Huh.
we were sleeping in the basement on the floor in sleeping bags. So that was a fun time. But basically, while we were sleeping on the floor in sleeping bags, there was one night, or one morning, we woke up and someone was there, like, oh, in the middle of the night, I woke up and there were a bunch of just like people in the room. And like, no one knew, like, as in, like, there was just like people sleeping in the room or like standing around in the room, like watching other people. I heard that and I was just like, okay, clearly you had a dream or it was like bullshit or something. And then like a few days went by and then someone else woke up and was like, yo, I was up in the middle of the night and I saw people around like just watching us sleep. And then I think we were there for a week and it happened a total of 4 times to 4 different people who woke up and were just like, yeah, we saw like people standing around us in the middle of the night. I have no idea whether or not it actually happened. I feel like it didn't because I don't personally believe in like ghosts or that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's just a weird thing.
Nice.
I see.
Also, sleeping on the floor of a convent is really uncomfortable. I don't know why they didn't give us beds.
Well, I mean, That's
Interesting.
so costly.
Sharma, you have anything?
No, not particularly. There were times like when I was younger, um, I walking distance. I used to live. Well, I still live 10 minutes away from like my primary school, so I used to walk home after school, and I would be home alone for like 15 minutes before my sister came home from her school, and like I always like felt like there was somebody in the kitchen, um, like it was a lady in a pink top, but like she was never there, and I know she was never there, but I always saw her like in the my peripheral vision. So like I don't know, but there was like nothing. There was like empty space, and I just randomly keep seeing like a lady. But um, I don't know. That was like creepy, but I'm not a connoisseur like that.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
feel like none of us are really like scared easily to the point where we'd like believe in ghosts or that kind of stuff to have those kinds of stories.
Oh, there was one time. Okay, and I remember. So I was by mommy, and I was like I was home alone, because she was coming home really late. Actually, she wasn't coming home that night, but it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was on my phone watching a podcast, about like stuff like this, like supernatural kind of weird stuff that happened to people before. And there was one particular story about like something sitting, like someone is asleep on a bed, and um they felt like something sat on the edge of their bed. But then when they woke up, nothing was there, and the place was completely dark. But like they just felt like there was a sink. There's actually a sink in the bed, as the person said. But while I was watching that video, um, like as soon as the video ended, current had cut by by mommy, and I like did not move. I couldn't sleep at all because I was like, holy shit. I did not move. Like I stayed completely still for like hours until I eventually fell asleep. And I thought that was really creepy. But yeah. It was just a coincidence, but yeah,
Yeah. You manifested the ghost.
I guess so.
Huh.
Nice. Colin, do you have anything?
I could tell about this one short dream I had one.
Oh boy.
Like, um, when I was dreaming, I was out in the road. It was in the middle of the night. I didn't know what I was doing, so up late in the night. And then, at the corner of my eye, I see three people walking down the street. I never saw these people before. Apparently, well, the street lights wasn't even on at the time, so I don't know why the hell I was outside. But I see these three people walking towards, just walking down the street. As they got closer, it made it seem like they were walking towards me. So you know what I said? Maybe I should probably walk back inside. But then they started to move fast, and I was like, oh damn, they are coming for me. So my first reaction was to try and run into the backyard, where the mango tree and whatever was. Even though there wasn't much room to run. But as I was trying to run, I realized that I was running completely slow. Like I am putting in the effort to try to run as fast as I can. And my body would not move. I would not move a very far distance. It was really slow, like as if I was a snail or something. And of course, eventually, the three people caught me. One pull out a knife, I get hit in the chest, and boop, I got up.
So
Yeah, this is simple. This is simple murder story. Trying to run
nice.
away.
Nice,
I mean, there
simple
was this
murder.
other one too, where I was dreaming. I was in primary school, and well, it had an upstairs version to the house. And well, we was playing normal and stuff, but I end up backing up a little too close to the railings, and I end up stumbling across. I eventually fall down onto the ground, but the impact but the impact felt really weird. The impact was like you fell on like a pile of feathers, you know.
It didn't
And
hurt.
then when I was in the phase of waking up, it feels like I was levitating in the air. And then as I was trying to get up, I was slowly going down onto my bed until I could finally get back up. So yeah, those are two short stories of the
Nice.
dreams that I had.
Thank you, Colin. Rajiv, do you have anything?
When I was tiny, I had a nightmare. I still remember it very distinctly, even though it wasn't that scary. I was in the kitchen and there was a lobster in the sink. We never ate lobster. We never ate lobster. I'd never had lobster before that point. I don't know where a lobster came out of. And I was watching it, and it just grew to like a gigantic size, like as big as the room, and started chasing me. And then I woke up, and that stuck with me ever since.
That actually sounds horrifying.
Lobster phobia. Let's go.
I'm not scared of lobsters or anything. It just I don't know why I
It's
still
just a
remember it.
weird nightmare. Just a weird little night.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't actually have any like spooky stories. Like nothing supernatural. All the scary stuff that happens to me is just very grounded in reality. So yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't bother with that.
That's fine.
Rajiv, you want to do the word for today? And we'll head off.
Hear itself.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, hit us it.
The word of the day is I was going to use cheat, but since it's Halloween, the word of the day is ghost.
Yay.
Yay.
From Old English gas, meaning threat or good or bad spirit, angel, demon, man or human. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It
Ghosts
also
are the
got the
ghosts.
biblical term meaning like soul, spirit, or life at some point in time during its existence. That comes from Proto-Germanic. So you have a lot of other Germanic languages like Dutch and German having their word for ghost being very similar, and ultimately from Proto-Indo-European, meaning something that gives you like fear or amazement or excitement. So a lot of words are descended from the root word that ghost comes from also has meanings like fear or wrath or excitement, and that's ghost.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Any closing comments before we head out? Sharma.
We do not endorse cheating. We have never cheated ever.
To clarify, we're talking about academic cheating, not cheating on your partner.
I
We
don't think
don't
any of us
endorse that.
have. We don't
We don't
endorse any
endorse that
type
already.
of cheating either.
Rajiv,
Ah.
anything?
Yeah, man. Good luck out there. Have fun. Happy Halloween.
Collie, any final words?
Just be careful how I sleep tonight. Remember it's Halloween.
Oh,
And
Lachlan?
well, you all have a good time out there.
Lachlan.
I don't really like scary movies. The only horror movies I really like are Get Out and A Quiet Place, and those I like for the non-horror movie elements.
A
All right.
Quiet Place was non-horror.
No, he likes specifically the non-horror elements of A Quiet Place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hello to say. I hope you all have enjoyed your Halloween. And see you all next Saturday.
I'm
Good
gonna
night.
go play Animal Crossing.
Good
Yeah.
night.
From all of us here,
Good night, good
it's
night,
been
guys.
BTA Podcast episode 12.
Spoopy.
Oh no, I have to block music.
Rest in peace. That was tragic.